systems. The fire control system is upgraded, using the Carl Zeiss Optronics GmbH Peri R17A2 fire control system. A remote weapon station containing a fully stabilized MG64 0.50 in 12.7mm machine gun is fitted to the tank. The Swiss company RUAG introduced a new upgrade package for PZ-87 main battle tanks, to meet the requirements of the Swiss Army. The tank has improved overall protection. It is fitted with a new modular composite armor package. Armor modules can be tailored to provide enhanced protection against a specific threat. Damaged modules can be easily replaced in field conditions. Upgraded tanks are less vulnerable to direct hits, anti-tank missiles, RP grounds, mines, and IEDs. The vehicle received new sensors such as a sniper detection sensor and a laser warning receiver. 163, 164. The Leopard 2 Revolution or Leopard 2RI is an upgraded variant from Rheinmetall for the Leopard 2A4 tank purchased by Indonesia. The upgrade includes a map armor from IBD Diesenroth and Rheinmetall Kempro, improved fire control systems, and battlefield management and situational awareness systems. 165, 166. An Indonesian Leopard 2RIs during a parade. The PZ-87 140, 167, is an experimental variant of the Swiss PZ-87 with a 140mm gun and additional armor, which was later used on the newer production variants. The Leopard 2A4 CHL is the upgraded Chilean version of the Leopard 2A4 ordered by Chile in 2007. Upgrades include new electronics, sighting, and information systems meant to elevate the Leopard 2A4's networking capability to be equal to that of the Leopard 2A6, a new suspension system, and the upgrading of the tank main gun to the L/55 smoothbore cannon used on the Leopard 2A6. Other upgrades are remote weapon stations over the gunner and commander hatches fitted with the MG3 and HKG-MG. The Leopard 2A4 CHL has improved roof and side turret armor and can be uplinked with Chile's battlefield control network. A Leopard 2A4 in Canadian Army configuration, including Saab Barracuda thermal armor. A Leopard 2A4 of the Austrian Bundesheer. The Leopard 2A4 M-CAN is the upgraded Canadian version of the Leopard 2A4 acquired from the Royal Netherlands Army surplus. The Leopard 2A4 M-CAN is specially designed for the war in Afghanistan, based on experience gained by Leopard 2 operators. The first 20 were delivered in October 2010. 5 were deployed to Afghanistan at the end of 2010 and operated until July 2011, when combat operations stopped. 168, though originally planned to be upgunned to the L/55 for consistency with the 2A6 M-CAN, the longer-barreled guns, optimized for tank vs tank warfare, were found to be less than ideal in Afghanistan. Therefore it was decided to retain the L/44. Only small areas of slat armor were added, in contrast with the fully caged 2A6 M-CANs. The protection of the Leopard 2A4 M-CAN has been further augmented by the addition of applique armor resembling that found on the most recent Leopard 2A7 Plus variant, but modified to fit the turret configuration of 2A4. 169 of the 2A4s acquired, 11 were converted for training as 9A4s, 2A4MS. In February 2011, Canada bought 122A4S/PZ-87 from Switzerland for the Force Mobility Enhancement Project, which, along with the remaining unused ex-Dutch tanks, saw 18 converted to armored engineering vehicles and 4 converted to armored recovery vehicles. 170. Canada has also purchased 15 2A4s from Germany as logistic stock vehicles, for spare parts. The Leopard 2 Next Generation, is a privately funded Turkish upgrade by Aselsan that includes the application of a map, upgraded optics, completely overhauled turret mechanics, and a new fire control system on the work since 1995 and to be delivered by late 2011, which is intended to be used on the new Altay MBT. It was developed without an order from the Turkish army, but might meet the requirements for the modernization of the Turkish Leopard 2-4S.171. The old power pack and the L/44 gun barrel are kept, but the combat weight is increased to 65 tons. 171. According to Turkish news sources, Finland was interested in getting the Turkish upgrade package to modernize their fleet of Leopard 2-4S. However, in 2015 Finland purchased 122 A6 vehicles from the Netherlands. 172, 173. The Leopard 2 hull was used for the Vickers Mk7 main battle tank, which featured a British-designed turret, where some of the innovations later were incorporated into the Challenger 2 design. In December 2015, Umar Abdi signed an agreement with German Rheinmetall Land System concerning the technological support of the Polish modernization program for Leopard 2-4 tanks. The company will design, document, and execute 6 prototypes. The first upgraded Leopard 2 PLs have arrived in Poland in June 2020, with all 142 tanks to be delivered by 2023. 174. The upgrades include third-generation night vision systems, production of the Warsaw PCO, new additional armor modules and anti-splash lining, removal of flammable components, turret drive system and main propulsion system, installation of the new fire protection system, modernization of the tank's integrated monitoring and testing equipment, the possibility of using new types of ammunition, programmable DM11 and DM63, and an auxiliary generator set, APU. Construction of all 142 units will be completed by the end of 2020. Turkey is planning to modernize its Leopard 2-4 MBTs as Leopard 2-4 TR with the T1 modernization package. According to the Defense Industry Presidency, Leopard 2-4 tanks will be modernized with explosive reactive armor, ERA, T1 reactive passive armor, high ballistic strength cage armor, hollow modular add-on armor, close-range surveillance system, YOMGOS, laser warning receiver system, LIAS, SARP remote-controlled weapon system, UKSS, PILAT active protection system, AKS, a new power distribution unit, Aselsan driver surveillance system, ADS, and voice alert system integrations. The modernization program is to be completed in 2 batches. The program will start with 84 Leopard 2-4 tanks in the first batch and the remaining tanks will be modernized within the 2ND batch. A total of 334 tanks, including prototypes, are planned to be upgraded with the T1 modernization program. The new modernized Leopard 2-4 that was presented at the BMC factory was fitted with an Altay turret, which is armed with one 120mm 55 caliber smoothbore gun designed and manufactured by the Turkish company Make, based on a technology transfer from Hyundai Rotem of South Korea. A remote-controlled weapon station is mounted on the top of the turret, which is armed with a 12.7mm caliber heavy machine gun. 175, 176.
Yes, let's take a break. I have to read this again. It's 12 noon. The camcorder's low on power. So we have to read this again, the Leopard 2 tanks, because these tanks are going to Ukraine in March or April months. The German government have approved there's a Leopard 2 tanks can be exported to Ukraine to the ongoing war there against Russia. So now this tanks we are in Friday the 3rd. So actually we have to read it in like 2 months. We have to read it then later. Because they will write a lot about this Leopard 2 tanks the next many months. So we have to read it again in the spring or in May months there. And I have to read it again myself because I cannot remember. There's too many information, numbers and stuff. But the Leopard 2 tanks, that's probably the main tank. The main European tank. We have to write down which page I got to. Because I have to delete. Don't need to do it now. We have to delete all my read lists. No, we have to delete all my PDF document from the World War I. Because we have to, when I'm looking through this PDF document, no, we have to delete many of this. I have all this open. I have it open there. I will not start to do it now. We have to delete many, so I have room for many more. And I think we should, the Leopard 1 tank, we should read about the Leopard 1 tank after this. When we finish with Leopard 2, we're reading the Leopard 1. And then the Abrams, American Abrams tanks. Then read about other modern tanks, the 3rd generation. So I think we should do that. Then we go back in time to read about the First World War. We have a war going on now. Actually, I just read in the news. Norway like to buy 54 Leopard 2 tanks. I just saw on the Danish news. Norway will buy 54 German Leopard 2 tanks. So that's a tank they're going to the news. Norway will buy 54 German Leopard 2 tanks. Norway will buy 54 tanks of the type Leopard 2A7 to the North Defense, with options to buy 18 more. That's information the Norway Premier Minister Jonas Gahr Støre. That cost about 19.7 billion Norway kroners. That's 13.3 billion Danish kroners. Norway have 37 and they like to buy even more, so they are writing about this Leopard 2 tanks. Denmark have 44 Leopards 2, but I think they're old. That's an old one from year 2000. But they are upgrading some of Danish. And Norway have 36. So a lot of countries that like to buy more Leopard 2 tanks. Many different kinds of countries, but now they will start to go the old Leopard 2 tanks they will send to Ukraine. Then they will lose it in the war because there's ongoing war there in Ukraine, and they will lose many of these older Leopard 2 tanks. Then they will keep sending more and more Leopard 2 tanks. I think they will give the old. I don't think they give the most new. I think they will give the older models to the Ukrainian army. So now many hundreds of these older Leopard 2 tanks will go to Ukraine and be blown up in the war. So they are going to, the next many years, they are going to improve this Leopard 2 tanks to be like a super tank, more upgrade and stuff. So even version 3, they will maybe make a Leopard 3 in the future. Because this company behind Leopard 2 tanks will make a lot of money the next many years. But now I need a break.